Hi, I'm Joanna Battles, and I am an assistant professor of voice and speech at the theater department in LSU. I'm also the co-head of the undergraduate program of theater, and I teach in the MFA acting program. I'm directing Metal Children this season at Swine Palace, and it's been a really exciting process to work with the cast as well as the designers, and to work with the playwright himself, Adam Rapp. We were lucky enough to have Adam come visit us in December. He was working on another project, and so just by luck of the draw, I was directing this show in the spring, and so I was able to use him as a resource, and he's been wonderful. Very rarely do you get the opportunity to work with a new playwright, and a playwright as prestigious as Adam Rapp. He is a Pulitzer Prize winning playwright, and we are lucky enough to have gotten the rights to do this show, because we're actually, this is only the second time that The Metal Children is being produced outside of New York City, so we are very lucky indeed. The Metal Children centers around a young adult author. His name is Tobin Falmouth, and his book, which is called The Metal Children, has been banned in a small town in the American Heartland. And Tobin travels to this small town in order to defend the book at the town meeting. It is really an emotional journey for the author. He is heartbroken when the play begins. His wife has recently left him, and he is dealing with demons that I think are very relatable to many people who've ever had to deal with heartbreak. And so we see him struggling with this throughout the course of the play, and ultimately come to terms with that loss in his life. There's sort of two plays within the play in this production. There is sort of the intellectual spine of this production, which is about censorship. Is censorship ever warranted? What is the responsibility of the author, particularly a young adult novelist, to young readers? I feel that the emotional spine is with the author himself. Adam paints this picture of a tortured artist, and I think that it's really interesting to delve into the psyche of this young adult novelist. And basically, a novelist is someone who sits alone in a room and writes and creates these stories and fantasies, and it costs less to have to actually go out into the world and interact with people. And that is what life is really all about, is about connection. And that is what this novelist is missing in his life, and we are able to witness what happens when he is forced out of his comfort zone. The Riley is a fantastic space. It's a renovated livestock pavilion, thus it is called Swine Palace. So it is this huge cavernous space. Now, I knew that this show needed a more intimate venue in terms of what I really wanted to bring across to the audience, which is a true connection to the main character himself. So as a result, I chose to set it in the round. Now that brought up a lot of difficulties with it, because this play was not written for that setup. It's very much written for a proscenium. There are entrances and exits that happen really quickly. There are, I think, 5 different locales throughout the play, and they are very specific. And so you need to honor those locales. So how to do that and still maintain the intimacy that I really desperately wanted for the feel of this play, which is why I put it in the round. So transitions became a major part of my challenges, as well as my gift. Actually, it's been a lot of fun to work on these. There is a gang of Porky Pig masked hoodlums that terrorize the small town that Tobin goes to visit. And I got really obsessed with this image of this boy in a Porky Pig mask. And I thought, how creepy and scary and fun at the same time. And so, as a result, I decided that all of my stagehands would wear Porky Pig masks, and that we would create just sort of a little play within a play during the transitions themselves. So not only are the stagehands actually physically moving out the set, but they're also coming in and tearing it apart. They're creating chaos. They represent sort of the internal struggle of the author himself. Not only do we see him emotionally struggling with this, we have a sort of outside representation of the forces, of everything that is happening to him, the chaos that is inside of him, that happens in every scene change. So that's actually been a lot of fun to create, and I'm hoping they go well. And you are all invited to come and see.